Here's the trip functions on the ScanGaugeII. From the home screen, press Trip. Pressing this lower left-hand button, what we did today. You can also show what you did the prior day, or the tank of gas since your last fill-up, as well as the current trip you're traveling right now. I'm going to put it to today. Using the upper left and right hand buttons, we can scroll through. It just goes in a big loop, so choose either one. This will show an average of the miles per gallon, an average cost of the entire trip, an average of your miles per hour, the maximum miles per hour that you traveled, a total of the hours that you've been driving for the day, the maximum RPM that was achieved, how many miles you've traveled, the maximum water temperature you reached, and the total number of gallons of gas that you consumed. If we go to the prior day, it shows some of the settings. And they're basically the same as the prior one. So if we go to the tank, you'll see an asterisk in the lower right hand corner. That means this thing's been disconnected since the last fill up. So not all the values will be correct. If your unit goes to sleep, just press the home gauge to wake it back up. But the tank will also show you your mile per hour average. So this one says 146, so you can tell something's been a little off. It'll show the number of hours you put on this tank of gas, number of miles that you've traveled to empty. So if it's got 10 miles left on that tank of gas, this is the part that would tell you. And this is why when you set up the fuel tank, you always err a little bit on the safety side. So if you have a 11.5 gallon tank, you put in 11 gallons on the setting. How many miles you traveled on the tank, average mile per gallon, total cost of the fuel in the tank, some other helpful ones. The current one displays what you're doing currently. At any time, you can go ahead and press the reset button to start it over. So if you've done some sort of a change to the car, you're changing your driving habits, you can reset in the middle of a trip and see what that effect is. And that's the trip functions on the ScanGaugeII.